of a brave young highwayman whose story I will tell. His name was William Brennan, and in Ireland he did well. 'Twas on the Gilmer fronts he commenced his wild career, where many a wealthy nobleman before shook with fear. Now is Brennan on the moor, Brennan on the moor, oh brave and undaunted.
Hurry now.
Brennan on the moor.
What night it is?
It is Wednesday night. It is Wednesday night, and it's time for, once again, Strang Theory. And here we are.
Live.
Almost live.
Yeah.
The mic's almost in the right place.
Is it? I
My
don't
liver-
feel in any danger that it's not going to pick us up.
My liver is filtering alcohol.
Is it quivering?
Yes.
Happily quivering along?
It's barely stumbling about through its daily routine. And I just had this horrible nightmare that I lost my
Spleen?
everything.
Fall down in your pocket?
No, I did.
Are you talking about this
I
pick that's over here?
have no. Yes, that's the pick I'm looking for.
Oh. Well, we can fix it.
It's funny how I knew that wasn't in my pocket. Woof! Just from sitting here.
Woof.
Because you never know when you're going to need a pick.
Well,
Because,
I've
welcome.
got my pick right here.
Welcome. Welcome. String Theory. Here's John and Chris and Ginger. So, as I was saying, I felt a pick void in my pocket.
You felt a ripple in the force.
Yes. Yeah.
Avoid the force.
C3 pizzas.
Who's talking there to DQ? Princess Philo behind us there.
Philo.
Yep.
Yeah. So here we are.
Enjoying ourselves right now.
Special thanks to Boucher Guitars, as
Yes, sir.
always. Levy's Leather Straps, G&G Music, Citadel Music, Opry Music Store in Miramichi, Reed's Music in Mount Pearl, Newfoundland, K&K, Gallery Guitars, Recording King Guitars, Alvarez, Yeri, St. Louis Music, Yamaha, James Martin Instruments, Joshua House Guitars, Close Guitars, Cody Guitars, Orangewood Guitars, Audio Sprockets, D'Addario Canada, The Arc, Apollo Picks, Tone Right, Epiphone Gibson, and Blue Chip Picks.
Wowza.
And damn, that's a good list.
That is a good list. It's all the things you need to make your things sound right and be right.
So, for Capo Corner, we got some rather large announcements. Just found out today that I will be appearing at the end of September at Massey Hall. Almost live at Massey Hall for the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of September for the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Nice.
Going there with Boucher because Robin has yet again built more guitars for the recipients of the Hall of Fame.
Nice.
So I'm going up as an ambassador and possibly one of the presenters. So that's awesome. There's going to be some clinics around that time as well in the GTA.
Make sure you do your fly up when
That's
you're
right.
at Massey Hall.
Yes, and exactly. And also, we have now prepared to go down to Nashville on the weekend of the 27th of October to do some work with Yeri. Chris Meikle is coming from London, England.
Yeah.
Meeting me in Nashville. We're going to film some videos. We're going to do some social media stuff. Going to go back to Gallery Guitars then at that time.
Yeah.
David, if you don't even know about this because I haven't told you yet, but
Murfreesboro.
you're going to find out.
Yeah.
And Ryan's busily working on doing some dates to get me down there and back, and potentially some stuff in town. Maybe the Bluebird, Station Inn.
Yeah.
So that's going to be huge. So the end of September and the end of October are very exciting months. And as we grow the channel out, these things happen more and more often because frankly, the companies that we're working with are just really doing well, and they're doing well because we're all working together on the whole,
pulling in the same direction.
all the same direction.
Great interest.
Close Guitars is another great success story
Yeah.
from our channel, and I really appreciate them so much. They, as you know, there's a discount code that you can find in the description of all of our videos. That if you go to Close and use that code, you get a discount, and they share that profit with me, and so it's pretty fantastic, that they do that. And as you know, we love their guitars.
They're awesome.
I still love them. They're still the best carbon fiber guitar I've ever seen.
That doesn't sound anything like a carbon fiber
No,
guitar.
it sure doesn't. And I'm about to review their electric. There's just so many things going on. And as the summer winds down, you can start to expect to see more and more content coming up on the channel of reviews, and just going to be a ton of stuff. We got some really cool stuff planned for the fall. There's a couple of surprise guests that are going to appear on live at Ginger's Barn. There's people coming to do this show. There's people. It's going to be a great fall and winter. So I'm looking forward to that.
A cornucopia of
Cornucopia
string theory content and
awesomeness.
awesomeness.
And our good friend April Martell is just about done her album here.
Sure, everyone loves her.
Are you enjoying that right now?
Yeah, I just enjoyed the hell right out of that. Yeah,
April Martell, a young singer-songwriter, First Nation singer-songwriter from Antigonish, is just about done her record. She's taking the master home Friday. I was working on that all day today. Another good friend of ours, John Donovan, who has been a staple of the maritime music scene since the late 80s, is up here finishing his record. It's going to be done pretty soon. And then myself and Mr. Gunning are going to start our new record, which we hope to have out finished at least and out to press by November. And
How many people are marked for death in those songs now?
Well, we got quite a hit list. Yeah, we got a lot of people lined up for the guillotine and the hangman's noose and the people accidentally cut to death by cucumber knives and caught in combines.
The old 4-H takedown.
Attacked by rats.
Yeah.
Even one guy is getting crushed to death in a Kraft dinner machine.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. There's going to be a lot of death and dismemberment on that album.
Dave's been working overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The album's called Carnage O Folk.
Carnage O Folk.
Yeah, Carnage O Folk. A-U-O.
Oh.
It's very French.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a French song about getting executed by the guillotine.
Yeah. Acadian folk version of the expulsion.
Yeah, it's when Arthur Muse beats you to death with his fiddle case. Yeah, that's how that's
Okay.
yeah.
Well, pretty dark tone starting out. But,
Yeah, but we gotta keep the ball rolling the way it's been going.
we
got to
keep the club thumping.
That's right. Yeah. We gotta keep them sealskins coming off fast.
Yeah,
right.
Got to keep the chainsaw
Oh
spinning.
yeah. Gotta keep the chain. Gotta keep the thumbs flying off the power saw, the table saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna. A matter of fact, Rob Zombie's producing this album.
Rob Zombie.
You guys know where the rails are?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah. And the next record, we're gonna get John Carpenter to do that. Yeah, we're gonna do a whole folk album based on the movie The Thing.
I don't think you're right, boy. Nope.
Probably not.
Nope.
I'm just so glad to be back here with you.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
There was a few weeks there where we just couldn't
we couldn't connect.
pull it together.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I've been working lately, so.
And the lovely, lovely Ginger is in the house, and she's always just does so many things.
Holds her all together.
She does. Like, it's just unbelievable what's going on behind the scenes of this thing.
Supplies.
And so very thankful to be here, and very thankful and for all of the comments I receive on YouTube. Had one today where a guy wrote in about my Martin and Alvarez comparison. They said I was full of shit. And so I like those guys too.
Yeah.
But all I can say to those guys, because I love my subscribers, and I have a lot of them. There's nearly 24,000 of you now, and it grows every day. Like this month, we've had 400 new people sign up, subscribed. There's 24,000 people watching, and another 120 watching that don't subscribe. You know, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's 160,000 people or so that watch every month.
Why do you think people don't subscribe?
Because they don't know
watch?
about it. They don't really.
Or
They
watch on
don't.
their phone,
They're watching their
Do they?
phone.
They don't log
know.
into an. If you don't have an account, it doesn't show up.
Yeah.
as an
If you
option.
don't have an account and all that stuff, so that's fine, right?
Yeah.
But it's and 99% of my subscribers are the most dear-hearted, kind-hearted.
Yeah.
They love guitar. That's
We haven't
why,
had to go and thump somebody in an awfully long while. have we?
That's why they're there.
Mm-hmm.
They are paying a good deal of our bills right now with all of this, and I love them to death. And there's a meeting of the minds every single day from these people that watch the channel and see the reviews, and they go buy great guitars, and they just love it, right? But then you got this one guy, you know, once a day,
Yeah.
that says, you know, you're full of shit, JP.
Well,
You know, 'cause
Everyone's
how can you
entitled to their
compare?
opinion.
I try and keep you grounded.
Yeah, how can How
Sometimes
can
you
you
are full of
compare
shit.
an Alvarez and a Martin? How
Yeah.
can you, like, what makes you, like, that's a ridiculous comparison. And nobody makes guitars like Martins. And there's no way you can't amplify a guitar except with a microphone. And, you know, that's the only way to do it. And Martin is the only guitar in the world. And, you know, everything else is just a close second or third or ninth or whatever the hell. What do you mean you're playing a Yamaha? Are you kidding me? And, like, those sorts of comments. And inadvertently, not only are they taking a giant shit on my chest, but the chests of all my subscribers. So, to them, I say to you right now, those 1%ers, right, that are out there.
With an axe to grind.
Here's what I tell you. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion, but if before I accept it, I'd love for you to send me a copy of your latest record. Or perhaps a video of you playing at the Edmonton Folk Festival in front of 60,000 people. Or playing at the Lincoln Center, or the Ryman Auditorium, or the opera, all the places that I and other people have played. And or how about a record that you've produced? How about that? How about those?
How about that?
Yeah. Let
How
me see
about
how
that?
you mix a Martin.
Yeah.
So that the bottom end doesn't eat the whole fucking sonic image and kill you.
With a large whisk.
With a large whisk. So that every time you hear the cut, your skin comes off because there's so much bottom end in it.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. It
Love you.
getting a little
rolling
spicy in
blisters
here.
up and down your arms.
It's getting spicy in here. But
Okay,
anyhow,
Ginger.
but that's just the 1%. And they don't mean anything by it. They're good meaning.
Sometimes
They're
they do.
well-meaning arseholes.
Well, some
Sometimes
people,
they're not.
Yeah, some people
but they're
just,
still our arseholes.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's
as
fine.
long as there are our souls and they're subscribed,
right.
then I
You
stand
can say whatever
behind
you
them.
want to me, but you know, send me your record. I want to hear how you mix your guitar, bitch. Who's got the first question?
Well, who do you think?
Stephen Baker.
Actually,
What?
Oh,
Eli Patrick.
Eli
Oh, hey.
Patrick, learning to play the fiddle.
yeah.
He says, I have an old fiddle with geared tuners as opposed to friction pegs.
Nice.
I've never seen this on any other fiddle. Have you seen this before? And if so, do you know who may have built it?
I have seen it before, and it's highly desirable.
I've never seen
I have.
one with geared.
And it probably has white pegs, ivory pegs, and they're likely really, really old. And don't take them off that violin.
What would that be, like 1920s?
Oh, potentially earlier than
Earlier than that.
Yeah, the very first geared
Machine hits.
4-to-1 ratio or
But
whatever it is.
on a fiddle.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome because you don't need fine tuners anymore.
Right.
You can utilize the tailpiece the way it's meant to be utilized with no fine tuners.
Yeah.
The ball end is just in the hole in the tailpiece. There's no metal interfering, and those I think they're 4-to-1 or 5-to-1 or something. They're
They'd have
weird.
to be pretty fine,
They're
though.
pretty fine.
Yeah.
So you can actually fine tune the fiddle with your own machine heads
Right.
instead of, you know what I mean? And they're very desirable. I actually would love, and I'll tell you another thing. Those types of machine heads usually end up on on violins that come from a part of Germany called Mittenwald, where they built all the violins that have faces on them. Mm-hmm. The lion's face and the old man with the beard, like Zeus, or who's the guy in the ocean? Poseidon.
Jacques Cousteau.
Jacques Cousteau, yeah. Yeah. He died in a bathtub accident, you know that. Huh? So, yeah. No, it's not. Neptune. Neptune's who I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Same guy, different
country, yeah.
Same person.
Neptune, the Greek, yeah. So they're highly sought after, and if they're in good shape and working perfect, do not remove those.
Don't touch them. Yeah.
Because that's super cool, and it could well be that violin was built. It is a Mittenwald violin, which would make it somewheres around anywhere from 180 to 300 years old. That's how old that violin could be.
They wouldn't have machine heads 300 years
ago. They would have had them 180.
They barely had wooden teeth on their guillotine
They didn't build them like that. They were put on there as time passed, right? Yeah. And for some reason, those violins accepted the machinery better than anything else. And so when they started to make geared machine heads that would fit a violin, those seemed to be the fiddles that
where to go.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what the time period is of that hardware, but I mean that hardware was around in the late 19th century, right? So that fiddle could be really old, and don't alter it. Just play it the way it is.
We have a super chat from Stephen Baker.
Who?
Stephen what?
Who? Old Sudsy.
I wonder if his balls are floating tonight.
Well, they're in the tub. I don't know about floating.
Didn't he say his shrubbery was submerged?
His undercarriage is submerged. Yes.
Undercarriage is submerged?
I'm going to open this beer with a capo.
Wow, there's a lot of torque happening over there.
See that?
Yeah.
Don't mess with me.
There's a lot of torque happening on that capo.
I broke my finger.
Well, yeah.
What's he want?
Yeah,
finger's on a very good fulcrum.
What's Sudsy saying?
He says, "Where did Chris's big beard go? Nice shirt, though."
What do you mean, JP? My big beard? My beard hasn't changed.
Ginger, it's implied. He's referring to the guest we had last week.
Oh,
they were all joking that it was you last week.
They were calling
with
Ben you.
Yeah, they kept calling Ben you.
Yeah. That's you can't. It's all just
he was in your chair, so he must be you.
Qu'est-ce que c'est la jute pour washer la chemin?
Le Jacques Cousteau.
C'est la papapin, la tétin, c'est la papapin.
Coiffeur.
A coiffeur.
Why are we speaking bad French? Oh dear.
Oh, Sudsy.
Vive la Quebec. Next.
Vive la Sudsy.
Vive la.
Send help. Okay. Yes, that was interesting. We have a highlighted chat from Jeff Gallant.
Hey. Jeff Gallant.
Hey, Jeff.
Coming over to your neck of the woods there next week, or this weekend.
Sunday.
Yeah, back to Shaw's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Never see you there, pal.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah. We're all going to be there.
We're all going to be there.
There's going to be 11 of us there.
Yeah. Yeah. Party of 12, actually.
Bags hanging out and everything.
Yeah.
No.
What's he going? No. What's he saying?
What's he doing?
Happy Wednesday, a bunch of crazy bastards. That's pretty
Same to you, brother.
Lots of love from PEI as always, even Chris.
Even Chris.
Can't wait. I can't wait to go to PEI.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, been far too long.
Going to be fun.
Yep.
Super chat from Jamie Reed.
Jamie Reed. I just had wicked deja vu. It's like those people are always in the same sort of order. He's about third or fourth every time.
You think?
Jamie Reed, yeah.
Maybe that's weird.
But can you guess who's next?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Clam.
It's Clam Disaster.
No.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
It's Herschel
Local
Rector.
Larry.
Nope.
Okay.
No, okay.
Okay, Jamie, what do you want there, brother? Jamie. We suck. We are not clairvoyant in the least.
No. Hi, boys. Had a rough day, so I'm glad that string theory is on tonight.
Nice.
Hope you and Ginger are all good.
Love you. Yeah. Thank you, brother.
We are all good.
Look how friggin' cool this turtle shirt looks on TV. This thing looks badass. I like this shirt.
I can't see it on TV.
I know, but I can. I'm just looking over there at the monitor.
All
and
right.
I look pretty fucking good.
You look pretty damn svelte.
I look, svelte.
You're cut in a svelte form.
Fading away to a hippo. Yeah.
You're packing them off there.
Packing them off. Yeah.
Good.
Next.
Super chat from Colin Dolan.
Colin Dolan.
Who was the name?
Yeah.
That was
Ireland.
looking for.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hi all. Chris, can you explain line level versus XLR level?
We talked about this before.
Yeah. Just do it
Talk
short.
about it again.
Yeah. XLR signals are balanced. So there's a positive signal and a negative signal, and you get the differential between the two. It's all the maths. Ginger can explain it all. And it's generally way lower a signal level on an XLR because of the balance feature. And it protects you from noise and all kinds of good stuff. Line level signal is generally somewhere around 0.75 of a volt up to about 1.75 of a volt. So it's quite a hot level. And it's generally an unbalanced signal. So ground and a hot versus ground and a plus and a minus for an XLR.
Right. So it presents possibly more problems?
If you have... It can give you more problems interconnecting over distances and things like that, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but line level signal goes between mixers and power amplifiers and effects, reverbs, and all that kind of stuff. And an XLR signal is for microphones.
Right.
Right? Or signal lines, but they're generally low level.
Now here's a question. How does Phantom, which is what, 48 volts, right?
48 volts DC.
So how does Phantom work? Where does it travel in an XLR cable when it powers a microphone, let's say? How does it work? That's a good question. Nobody's ever asked that.
It's a good question, but it's a question we should probably do a guitar things with JP and John and Chris.
Tech Talk with Chris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
we'll do that. We'll do that on one.
that.
Yeah, because it's to explain it correctly, you kind of need a diagram or two.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
a digigram.
the other thing about that is that, like my amplifier,
Yeah,
provides 48 volt
Phantom. Yeah,
and will power
Yeah.
an external.
yeah. So it's
right?
it's used. Phantom is used to power a condenser microphone because the output
Or
of
a
the,
DI,
or
like a Baggs Paracoustic. Like I can plug one of those
needs phantom power.
Yeah, I can plug
Yeah.
one of those into my Fishman and power an
That's right.
external EQ that will then feed back into the.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of an add-on for Phantom to do that.
Right.
But it was designed to be able to send power over the signal lines to power a condenser microphone,
Right.
which needs an amplifier built right into the microphone, because otherwise the signal coming out of it would be way too low. But
Okay.
yeah, we'll do something on
Yeah,
Phantom.
we've just stumbled into a very fascinating. We need to do a video on that.
And it's
Tech
not without
Talk with
its
Chris and John.
not without its problems either.
No.
Phantom can cause all kinds of.
But you're running
garbage.
into all the time because
Yeah.
my vocal mics, the Bait 87s, they're Phantom powered,
Yeah.
right? And I've used Phantom on different things my entire career, whether it be EQ DIs or different things that I've had to use it on.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. It pops up all the time.
Yeah.
You end up using it. So yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
We'll fill you in on a.
Yeah,
on
we're gonna do a
little
tech
thing.
talk. We're gonna do a tech talk on that one, just because people don't realize things like that
Well, and if you don't know what you're doing with Phantom, you can plug something in and
and
just
fry it.
Yeah, on.
But you don't.
Did
you don't
somebody's
realize.
guitar light on fire one time?
Not necessarily from Phantom.
No, I don't think so.
No.
It's not
Was it
enough.
from?
Comes
oh,
on.
it might have been an episode of CSI actually.
Connect.
What's wrong with her?
Where's
Sorry.
Grissom?
Yeah.
Someone call Chris. We got a super chat from Mark Ashworth.
Mark Ashworth.
That's gotta be
No, it's not.
No, not even
I
close.
know Mark.
Not even close.
Good Wednesday. Any thoughts on the Yamaha CSF 3M? Also, I've thought about an all mahogany small body too. Any decent ones out there?
Boy, if I got something for you. So the mahogany parlor. So if you're looking for mahogany, you have a couple choices in Yamaha. You have that that parlor size all mahogany. You also have this. This is the LL16M, all mahogany, back size dreadnought.
Yeah.
And it is a friggin' monster cannon guitar. This thing is brand new, just out of the box.
This is stinging on it. This killer.
And it's got crap strings on it, factory strings, but holy God, what a guitar this is. And you can buy these. If you want to see these things, go down to Citadel Music in Halifax. Citadel in Halifax, and he ships worldwide. Citadel is one of the most involved Yamaha dealers in the East Coast right now. And the other thing I want to tell you about, if you want a small body all mahogany guitar, the Yamaha Storia, those bizarre little $400 guitars that they're putting out, that are supposed to be for inspiration for a brand new player, man, they are killer guitars. And they make an all mahogany model, top, back, and sides, gold hardware, pickup on board. They play like a dream, and they sound like a dream.
Right.
They're just unbelievable. And they have them, again, at Citadel Music in Halifax. He actually has a Storia display, a Yamaha Storia display, that always has 3 of the models in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's that. And this Dreadnought also comes as an LS16M, so an OM body, all mahogany back and side, all solid. The Storia is all laminate, I think. But don't let that scare you off, because Yamaha does true laminate wood better than any company on the planet. So like that, I actually toured with one of the Storia models for about 6 months. It was the one that's it's beautiful sort of blue-gray denim color. It's a spruce, I don't know if it's Engelmann or Sitka, but it's a spruce top, and it was mahogany back and sides, and it was dyed blue. And
How long ago was that?
Probably 2 or 3 years ago. Again, gold hardware, really, really good pickup in it. Like a sensor pickup like K&K, only it's a proprietary Yamaha deal, right?
Yeah.
So before you spend $400 or $500 to $600 potentially on one of those parlor Yamahas, which also has the good pickup in it, they're great guitars, but they're not loud. They got lots of tone and color, and I've played them and I've owned them and I love them. I still love them. I actually, I don't have one right now, but I guarantee you in the next 6 months I'll be buying one, because I love them in the studio. They're so good in the studio for extra rhythm parts or lead things, and
They do have a different tone.
They
a different texture.
yeah, they don't sound cheap.
No.
Like most parlor guitars sound cheap. They sound like a
They're
toy.
light. Yeah.
The CSMs don't. They sound like a real guitar. They sound like a Boucher or a. So check that one out. Check out the Storia, the all mahogany Storia, and check out the L Series 16Ms. And also another option is, and this is so beautiful, I love this about Yamaha. If you want to spend an extra $300, right? Only $300 more, you could buy an FS 3 or 5, which is a solid body mahogany.
So you go away from the laminate.
Yeah,
to the
you're into a solid mahogany body, small body FS. You could get an FS 3X or 5X. The X means that there's a pickup in it. So it sounds like to me that you're purely in the Yamaha realm here. All the guitars that you would like are all in Yamaha.
Those
And
guitars.
that's how I would go with
those
it.
guitars also will hold their value.
Oh hell yeah!
Incredibly well.
I have the FX the FG5 Dreadnought. I will never trade that guitar.
Yeah.
And I have the FG 180 Memorial, the 50th anniversary. There's only 180 of them in North America. I have one of those. Never trade it. It'll never be gone. It'll be in my will, those guitars. Because they're that special. They're just...
Will it?
Yeah. And I'm not going to give it to you either, prick.
Will it? Really?
Will it? Okay.
But anyhow, it definitely sounds like you are 100% in Yamaha territory, because there's probably 4 or 5 guitars that would fit your what you're looking for. So call Citadel in Halifax, or go to the... I don't know where you are, but wherever you are, find the biggest Yamaha dealer you can find. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you will be walking out with a guitar that'll blow your face off. If that's what you're looking for, it's easily found in their catalog. So,
Next!
Super chat from Ian Rossiter.
Ian Rossiter.
That makes
there
sense. That makes
the
sense.
Larrivee mandolin playing bastard himself. He's got some wicked instruments, that boy.
His comment isn't connected to Super Chat, but I'm going to assume it's this one. Just finished recording an acoustic covers album for an international indigenous artist. Steel string, parlor, nylon string, mandolin, and acoustic bass, all done with the Aston Spirit.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great mics. I love mine. I have 2 of the Origins, and they're just...
Awesome.
They're just incredible.
Yeah.
I use them every day in here. We should ask them to get involved with us.
Yeah.
Damn.
Aston, yeah.
Yeah, I should write to them, because, well, I mean, I don't need anything from them, but my entire channel is a review of their mics.
All the time. Yeah.
Everything I've done in 2.5 years has only been through that microphone.
Yeah.
And you can tell, when you watch the review videos, how friggin' good this thing is. It's so good. I should just write to them and thank them.
Yeah.
I get no use for anything I've already reviewed them for 2.5 years. So hopefully people are buying them.
We have a super chat from Stephen Baker.
Oh, there he is.
Back again.
Nut floating bastard. Time to sink the Bismarck. Do. Yeah.
It's getting wrinkled nuts.
Wrinkled nuts.
Dishpan nuts.
Is that like Rumple Foreskin?
Yeah. It's getting dishpan nuts in there.
Dishpan nuts.
Oh, sudsy.
Paul Molliff, you're soaking in it. What's he saying?
Yeah, kids. Having chosen the right life partner helps so many things. Can you tell us about the changes you experienced when you found a great one, and what you're doing now that seemed impossible before her?
Absolutely not.
Speaking as a fellow Mary Upper.
I don't talk about my personal life on YouTube, and I never will.
Why does he always preface his questions like it's an essay competition?
Because he wants an essay response.
The channel's absolutely not about that, and I'm not going to do that. So
yeah. So just go soak it.
Yeah. So just shut the fuck up. Next.
Well, I could say you probably wouldn't be able to figure out YouTube without me.
Well, if we keep things just within the realm of technology,
I think
what's
we
happened
can.
in the last 2.5 years, I would never have been able to do this without Ginger.
No, she knows the math.
Well, it's not just the math. She just keeps me in fucking line.
Yeah,
because I'm a mess.
Yeah, you are.
But other than that,
you're like a freight train without the rails.
No, I'm more like a Hindenburg without a match.
All assholes at elbows, as Bud Bernstein would say.
All torque and no tail rotor.
No, I'm more like a cribbage board without pegs.
All airspeed and no rudder.
I'm like a carnation milk can with no label.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
I'm like an armadillo without a desert. Without a desert.
Except different.
You know what? A famous guy told me one time. You know what?
I'll tell you what.
An elephant and a plum are exactly
walked into a bar?
No. An elephant and a plum are exactly the same.
Yeah.
They're both purple except the elephant. Next.
Oh my. Super chat from Jamie Reed.
Hey,
Jamie Reed. Love you, buddy.
Happy Wednesday, brother.
Cena Martin 4-0?
What?
It's got 4 zeros.
4-0.
Is that a thing?
Quadruple O. I saw that this morning.
So a quadruple O 28 for sale. Never heard of them before. Was part of Norm's private collection from Norm's Rare Guitars. Have you ever played one?
I don't want to say. I'm afraid to say this, but I think it's a typo.
You think?
I have never heard of a quadruple-aught guitar. It's got to be a typo.
Do we have a fruit fly problem in here?
Yeah, we do. There's about 5 million
there's a couple
flying up into
It's
my
not just the
nostrils.
spots again.
No.
No,
It's not the blood. It's not the blood pressure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not having another stroke.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's not having another episode.
No, you're not having another fugue. Yeah, we don't have to do CPR again this time. Okay?
Good. Still got a cracked rib from that.
Yeah, I honestly think that that's a typo. I've never. Have you ever heard of a quadruple aught guitar?
No.
Would that be like
It
really
only
small?
goes
or
single
how
O,
would that
double,
work?
triple. That's
Yeah.
as far as I know. I could be wrong. Maybe there is a quadruple aught Martin, but I think it's a typo. I think it's a triple aught.
Where did you see it?
On Facebook. There was pictures of it. The guy had just bought it.
It's on Facebook. Well, it had to
Yeah,
be credible.
I think it's a triple aught guitar, which means it's the same as Yogi.
Right.
And it, to be quite honest, it doesn't look like that at all. When I looked at the guitar, the guy bought it from George Gruen.
Oh, yeah.
He
From
bought
Gruen guitars.
Yeah, he was posing with it, and I think, to my eyes, it looks like an OM28.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, but I don't know. It could be a triple aught 28. But it looks, because it's sunburst, it's hard to gauge
The size.
of it. But yeah, I think that's a typo. I've never, ever in my life ever heard of a quadruple aught guitar. Because why?
This is the worst dogfight I've ever been in. There's bogeys everywhere.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of that's just your blood pressure, but some of it's fruit flies.
I thought it wasn't.
No, some of it's fruit flies. Others is your pending death. But that's okay.
Okay,
next.
A question from Always Pickin'.
A lot of it.
Does my face remind you of the grim specter of death?
I'd like to explain to you my endless days of searing agony.
I'm still alive down here.
I'm still alive down here.
I would appreciate some medical attention.
I'm not dead yet.
Connects.
Shot who the what now?
Yeah. So yeah, the question.
Shot who the what?
We've lost Chris. And
Oh shit! Oh, now we see dots.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Go ahead. What do you got?
so from Always Pickin'. What's up, JP and Chris? Good to see ya. JP, have you played the Recording King, the G6 Single O? Thinking about getting one.
No, I haven't played that line of guitar. I think, here's my honest opinion, and I've said this to Recording King, I've said this to Ashley and his brother, and I believe this. I think that the first 5 years, they're coming around, aren't they? The first 5 years of Recording King, you know, this initial leg of their guitars, they've had a quality control problem, and they're working on it straight time. They're not ignoring that. So the lines of the guitars that they have put out, some of them are incredible, and some of them are not. And they're about to launch a new leg of the journey this fall, where they're doing a new set of instruments that will have a higher QC, will have a higher, you know what I mean? They're working. They're not. One thing about those two boys is they believe in their product. They're trying to put a product out that's affordable and heirloom quality.
But
Right?
it has its limitations in
It
the
does
price,
have-
in the
and-
price point and the
And
materials that
that's
they
why
are
that
forced to
particular
use.
model that he's mentioning,
Yeah.
I stayed away from, because it's based on a Taylor. I'm not a huge Taylor fan to begin with, so I'm not going to play a Taylor copy.
Right.
I just got no interest in that. I do have interest in the other guitars that they build when they're building, 28 copies, 18 copies, these guitars. And the new crop of instruments that's coming out in 2023, I'm going to be very interested in, because they're so far on top of the QC problem now, because they've been dealing with it since the inception of the company, and that's completely to be expected, considering how cheap the guitars are being built and how far away the factory is from them, and there's nobody on the ground there very much to do, to make sure everything's going well. And they're working on this constantly. Every time I talk to them, they're like, we're starting to turn things away that they send us, that we want done better. And this is and so they're completely on top of it. So that model that he's talking about is a sort of a semi-Taylor copy, and I don't think I even ever played one of them, because I just have no interest in Taylor that much anymore. I used to love Taylors, and I used to love working with them. They were a good company, Bob Orbonis and Bob Taylor, and they worked with a lot of my heroes like Dan Crary and Beppe Gambetta, and they if you get inside the company that far in, you're dealing with some seriously talented guitar builders, and but I just don't have the interest in them anymore.
All this guitar talk, you should play us a tune.
Yeah, probably. I'll play a tune on this friggin' mahogany.
Yeah, buddy.
Such a beautiful guitar. I just love that thing. I'm such a huge fan of mahogany to begin with, and then an LL16 made it of mahogany. That's going to be about as good as it gets. So yeah. Anyhow, who's next?
Well, first there's a comment. Apparently the quad O is a thing.
Really?
Yeah. Well, one person says it's a double-sized jumbo that takes two people to play. But everybody else says it's a triple O depth, but a jumbo-sized top.
Wow. Okay. Well, I like I said, I didn't know.
M size, but same depth as a Dreadnought.
I've never played one, and probably wouldn't. It seems like a very
to be skinny and long. Is that?
It seems like a very bizarre body choice. If it was a jumbo sized, but the depth of a triple O, you'd be really not taking advantage of the size of the top and back. If it had the depth of a triple O or double O guitar, but I don't know. I really have never. I don't think I've ever seen one, not in real life. So there you go. You learn something every day. I stand corrected. There is a quadruple O Martin guitar. leave it to Martin
It's
to
a
do
thing.
it. Next.
Super chat from Jeff Gallant.
Jeff Gallon.
His LMAO, what's the difference between a plum and an elephant? Silly bastard crack me up. I like Chris's shirt.
There you go. Chris who? Okay, next.
Super chat from Stephen Baker.
Stephen Becker.
Your top 5 songs, which were written nearly automatically and which were chores.
I can't even answer that. It's just too complicated.
Which one? Well,
First of all, I
some that
can't
were written
even
really fast.
remember my own songs. So
Well, there's that.
I really can't. I've written so many. I've got 300 songs in my index and SoCan, so it's just like I can tell you things like Kelly's Mountain, for instance, was written in 10 minutes because I found a part of the lyrics of the chorus on the lid of a greasy pizza box in a file folder in my office. And that's how they get written. And there's like I'm not a I think I've probably gone into this before, if not here, in life and music, that I am not a craftsman. I do not practice the craft of songwriting. It's not like Dave Gunning. He's a craftsman. He takes forever to write songs, and he the reason is because he puts so much care into it. He stresses and he rolls that thing down the hill 1,000 times before he decides that the go-kart is viable to win the race. And that's not how I write. I never have. If I can't write a song and finish it in 10 minutes, it's not going to get done. It'll never be sung. No one will ever hear it. I've probably thrown away, for every song that I've kept, I've probably thrown away 4 or 5 that I started writing and went in the garbage, because it was not, if it becomes a chore, I have no interest in it anymore, because as an instrumentalist, everything I do is so easy for me, and if it's a challenge, I welcome that and I accept it and I do it, because it's instrumental music. Because that's who I am. I'm an instrumentalist who just happens to write. So when I write, if it's not as easy as learning a complex new tune on the guitar, I refuse to do it. It's energy I don't want to expend. So people wonder why there's way more instrumental music in my recorded catalog than songs, and that's why. Because in my heart, I would very much rather be an instrumentalist only than a singer-songwriter. Although I understand that people love some of my songs, but it's I'm still just a guitar player in my own head. So, yeah. So I hope that's sort of an answer, but it's probably not the one you wanted. Okay, next.
I get a question from Graham Campbell.
That's new.
I think so.
Okay. Graham.
Hello from Scotland. I bought a used Alvarez Masterworks Bluegrass after seeing your videos, and it's a phenomenal guitar. I gig for a living and needed a replacement for my Taylor. So good.
Yeah, everyone that I know that has gotten the what is it called, the BGM 60, or it's the mahogany bluegrass Alvarez guitar. I can never remember the call letters of that station, but those things are just deadly. Everybody that I know that has bought them is just so happy with them. So, yeah, good on you. Wicked. Love Scotland. Scotland rules. Scotland the brave. Good next.
Another super chat from Stephen Baker.
Stephen Becker.
I'm gonna try again. He says, with marital status off the table, what major life changes did you make that had exponential improvement to your life and career?
Again, these are not string theory questions.
Well, like
all of
this
information is in life and music, and
like
I
tracks for your career.
can't. There's nothing I could pick. There's just that's such a broad question. He's just trying to lengthen the show, and it's.
Well, that's clear.
Yeah, but I mean, it's. I can't. That's not what this string theory is not about. That string theory is not about my biography. So I'm trying to answer questions with people with gear and whatnot. Like my own personal story really doesn't have much to do with anything. So there's just no way to answer that question. I'd have to have 3 hours to figure out what I wanted to say. So anyhow, it's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, but there's just no way to answer that question. It's just too fucking big. So yeah. Okay, next.
All right. How about this one from Prentice Pearson?
That's got to be new.
Maybe.
That's never heard that one.
This may be a stupid question, but here goes. Is the Fender Newporter Classic the same as a Newporter you reviewed?
I don't think so. I think that Okay, so if you'll go into a store and look through the Fender guitars, you'll see mostly one tier of guitars, the ones that have the electrics, the Stratocaster headstock on them, right? Those style of Fenders are generally around $600 to $700 Canadian. But the one that I reviewed and actually recorded Adrenaline Rush that's on my album called Us, that guitar, and I sold that guitar to a fan who really wanted it really badly. So I sold it to him because he was a veteran and he wanted it, so I sold it to him. I shouldn't say I shouldn't have sold it because I wanted him to have it, but I've never seen another one. And the difference is with that guitar is it's $1,200 and it's all solid mahogany, top tier England spruce top. Designed in California. They're not made in Indonesia. These things are built. I'm not sure if they're built in the U.S. or Mexico or China, but they're not the normal Indonesian made or wherever they build most of those $700 guitars, which in their own right are great guitars. But these ones you can tell by the price tag. If they're twice as expensive as the normal Newporter Sonoma, I think it's, or Sonoma. Can't remember all the model names, but you can tell by the price tag. They're generally twice the price of the normal Fender electric guitar neck headstock type Fender guitars, and they're all solid and they're deadly. That one that I had, I love that guitar. The soldier that got that guitar from me also loves it. And frankly, it's the only one I've ever seen. I know they exist. If you go on the Fender website, I'm not exactly sure what the it's not the model name I'm thinking of. It's like they have different categories of guitars on their website, and this one is like the Players or the Pro or whatever it might be. And you can tell by the price tag. So the only thing more expensive than those guitars with Fender are the Acoustasonic, the Acousticaster, the new ones that are like $2,000 and $3,000 that have modelers on board. They're actually the size of an electric guitar, designed like one, but they're hollow. They have sensors and microphones and ports, and they model 5 and 6 different types of acoustic guitar plus Telecaster, full electric, bridge pickup type sound. So yeah, Fender's really kind of kicking ass right now in a lot of ways. So, and good on them, because I'm a big Fender fan. I was just working on my Squier Telecaster today. I just bought a couple of weeks ago. I bought the 40th anniversary Squier, which is, they're great guitars. You just can't deny how good a Squier Fender is, right? When I was a kid, that's all we really dealt with when we were talking about guitars. We couldn't afford American Fenders, So we would go buy Squire Strat, Squire Telly, Squire Jazzmaster, Squire Jaguar. Like that was Fender's Epiphone, right? They wanted to provide guitars at a lower price for people who loved Fenders, and that's what they brought out was the Squire, and they're just absolutely fantastic. So, yeah. Anyhow, that's a long answer, but I would look around. There's a lot of different models involved in those Fender acoustics, the California design ones, and they're absolutely worth the money. I just loved mine. So, yeah. Next.
We have a super chat from Larry Reindress.
Local Larry.
I will be 75 in October and have been playing the guitar for 65 of those.
Wow.
I now know 4 chords. String theory has taught me more about guitar/music than anything else on this planet. We are gifted folks. Thank you.
Love you, Larry. Okay, any super chats left?
Yes.
Cool. Who we got?
So we have a question from Lapidary Dave.
What?
Lapidary Dave?
Lapidary Dave?
Yes.
Well, that's new. That is new.
Possibly.
Yes.
How do you feel about Cocobolo versus East Indian Rosewood? I'm asking since there's a Canadian Boucher guitar here in the States going for $3,500, and I'm thinking it's a great deal.
How much?
$3,500.
And it's Cocobolo?
I'm not sure if it's Cocobolo or East Indian Rosewood.
Well, that must be why he's asking about Cocobolo.
Yeah.
So I have a Cocobolo Boucher. Her name is Tarzan, and she is one of the finest guitars that I own. And, okay, so basically what you're dealing with when you're dealing with Cocobolo is a much more rigid wood than rosewood, and more like Brazilian rosewood than anything else. And the figure in Cocobolo is so beautiful. And if you get the right builder like Boucher, who knows how to treat Cocobolo before it's put into a guitar, you've got an instrument that's just absolutely unbelievable. So if you have an opportunity to buy a Boucher made out of Cocobolo that's under 10 years old, just to make sure that it's not before he started perfecting the old Boucher recipe, if it's under 10 years old, buy it. You cannot go wrong with that guitar. It'll blow your mind, and it'll continue to get better and better and better. Every month it will get better. So I love mine. I love Tarzan. She's a great guitar, and it's one of Gunning's favorite Bouchers of mine is Tarzan, and she's an OM. She's an OM body, and she sounds like a grand piano. She's just this huge, warm, beautiful tone machine. And I just, yeah. So, yeah, you can't go wrong. Next.
Ian wants to know how many is in a Brazilian.
Yeah, about 3 trillion. Any more?
Yes, there was something. Michael Easter wants to know if they're turtles or tortoises.
These are turtles. Sea turtles.
Sea turtles? Yeah.
Turtles of the sea.
We have another super chat from Stephen Baker.
Of course.
He says, okay, a string-related one. How many times have you wanted to choke someone with a guitar string? Which gauge would you use, and would you waste an excess on it?
I find that garroting people usually works best with a B string, about 17 gauge. It cuts right through the carotid pretty quickly. So, yeah.
And we've gone dark.
Okay, next.
That is it for Super Chats.
All right. So the question tonight that will give us contestants number 35 and 36 is... what is the name of the theater that I said I would be playing at the end of September for Boucher Guitars? What is the name of the theater?
That was early on. I don't know if anybody was here. Some people missed it. Exclusive group.
I'll bleed out a few hints. It is in Toronto, and it is part of the Canadian Singer-Songwriter Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The theater in Toronto, where I will be appearing the end of September with Boucher Guitars as an ambassador for Robin, and quite possibly a presenter and a clinician, and just generally Robin's big fat guitar bodyguard guy. And I just love him. I'm just going to follow him around like a puppy, like I always do.
Joe McGraw says Chris Coots Bar and Toiletry.
No, that's not it.
Not it?
No.
Not that one? The first one here is actually Stephen Baker. Is he on the list yet?
Yeah, he's 21.
Oh, well, never mind him then. What about Flying Curls?
Oh, that sounds familiar, but maybe it's just a question. Flying Curls. Yeah, she's 31.
All right. Catfish Creek Chuck.
25.
Okay. Peggy Ann Endon.
Now that's new.
She was in the last one, I think.
Peggy.
There's so many bugs.
Yep, she is number 35.
All right.
Peggy.
With Massey Hall.
Peggy, was it?
Ann
Endon.
Yep.
You were number 35, my dear. Who's number 36?
Jamie Reed.
Jamie Reed. Jamie?
Jamie, yeah.
Oh shit, he's 34.
All right. Hang on, everything moved. Diane Irwin.
Number 30.
Okay.
Getting harder.
Brian Martin.
Now that sounds familiar, not unfamiliar. Brian Martin is number 36.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Okay, we will be talking about the prize pack.
We need them to send us an email with their addresses.
Yep.
Email addresses.
You can send. I don't even say that anymore because we will find you when the. Believe me, when this package gets given away, we will find you, or you'll find us, one or the other. But if you want to send us a quick note to jpcormier38@gmail.com, please don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you know people that would enjoy the content of the channel, there's going to be a lot more content coming up in the fall once I get out of the touring and recording season. Send them on. Send them to the channel. Get them to look at Life and Music, or Guitar Stuff with John, or String Theory, or Tech Talk with Chris, or whatever. Get them on board. We're still doing fantastic. We're getting 400 to 800 new subscribers every month. We have, just in the last 30 days, we had 11,000 hours watched on the channel, which is really awesome. So, and don't forget my friend in Sweden, Patrick Lundgren, Flat Pick Nation. Go subscribe to him. He's got great lessons on his channel, and he's a Boucher artist and a Gallagher artist, as I am. And yeah, so there you go. We love you. We'll see you next Wednesday. And just remember, the guy that has the most guitars when he dies wins.
Should we let Chris out of the bathroom now?
Cheers.